Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we are learning German, as you can see here on the document, and this lesson is really for people who never ever had any experience with learning German, who are really absolute beginners and who just want to learn some first words maybe. So, basically when you start to learn a new language, you usually need to, I don't know, like study the alphabet and just learn some grammatic rules, and yeah, it can be really boring. So I decided not to do it. So we will just do it like learning by doing. So I will just try to give you some lessons step by step. First lesson is, as you can see today, like how are you doing, and first dialogues, first words, how to pronounce it, and yeah, maybe I will explain you some specialities about German, but I won't bore you to death with some grammar. Well, not now. Maybe later on. So I think we can just start, and if you have any questions, you always can comment below, or you can just write me if you want to have this document maybe for your personal studies. Just drop a message or drop a comment. I will send it to you, and well, let's start. So as you can see, the first word on your list and on our list is hello, which is really similar. Well, in German, hello is hallo, so we would just actually pronounce it with a instead of e, so there's not a big difference. As you can see, there are two different parts here. There are new words and there is a part dialogue. I will always do it like that. So in each lecture, I will start with new words, with new vocabulary. I will pronounce it for you. I will explain you the meaning, maybe also the literal translation. And usually after that, there will be a grammar part. But because, as I said before, I don't want to bore you to death in the first lesson, so I will just skip this part for now. And I hope that with that you can find motivation to start this language, and once you start it, I think you also can try to learn some grammar afterwards. So, and the second, no, the third part is a dialogue, and there I'm always just putting the words which we just learned into a dialogue with two persons. They're always like person one and person two. Actually, it's the same in German, Person. We just pronounce it differently. So Person eins, person one, Person zwei, person two. And with these dialogues, I hope you can just learn some practical German so that you really can use it. Like you're just learning some words and then you immediately can use it while talking to Germans. And yeah, I hope that will help you to, yeah, some kind of practical approach to learn German. All right, so let's start. We already had hello, which, well, as I said, it's quite easy. Hallo. Next one is a little more tricky. How are you doing in German? We pronounce it like wie geht es dir? And here you can see the first tricky stuff, which you usually learn before you're learning the first words. If in German there is an I and an E right after each other, like here, first I, then E, we always pronounce it like a very long I, like wie. So not vi or something like, but wie. So this E here makes the I longer. And yeah, it's very confusing for Germans that in German it's actually this letter is E, and in English this letter is E. So yeah, it's quite confusing. But as I said, if you have this together, it's just a long tone E. So this is the first word, wie. Second tricky stuff here is the E and the H. You won't pronounce the H actually. You will just stretch the E in this part. So you will say wie geht es dir, not get. Therefore we have this H here so that we don't say get, but geht. So we say wie geht es dir. Okay, so this isn't so tricky at all if you know these little rules, so that you have to stretch here the I and here the E. So yeah, the last trick is thing which we are learning, yeah, like during their lessons, is the pronunciation of the German R, because it's like R, and this is quite difficult at first, but don't worry about it. Everyone will understand you, even if you don't pronounce it correctly at first. So yeah, we will just learn it step by step. I will also do some videos on phonetics maybe in the future, so we will learn it together, don't worry. Okay, so again, wie geht es dir? If someone asks you, how are you doing? Then of course, most of the time you're answering, I'm fine, thank you. And yeah, that's actually the same in German. You will say, mir geht es gut. So mir in this case is I am. I'm fine. Mir geht es gut. It's the same word as here. And gut, yeah, means fine or good. So danke, maybe most of you already heard this word, is thank you. There's nothing which you, well, need to know specifically about this to pronounce it correctly. So yeah, just the most important thing is that you say really danke and not dank. You have to pronounce the E. Well, that's it. We can step forward to the next word, which is quite easy because it's just und dir and you. And yeah, now you already have your first words to, yeah, kind of pronounce the first stuff. The first question und dir. And the first answer on the question, how are you doing? Yeah, if you want to tell, or if your partner wants to tell that he's fine too, he will just say, mir geht es auch gut. So you see that here in the first sentences there are always the same words. So this is actually quite easy to learn, because yeah, you don't really have to know anything specifically, you just have to remember the words, the vocabulary. Okay, let's step forward to the next part. If you want to introduce yourself, you can say ich bin. This is the most easy form in German to introduce yourself. You can also say mein Name ist. It's like my name is. Very similar to English, but we will stick to ich bin in this lesson. It's just I am. Okay, next up, if you want to ask someone where he's from, then in German it's woher kommst du? So here we have also, well, woher, which is not really special to pronounce, but kommst, we have two M's, and this is just like also a strong M, like kommst. We don't say kommst with two M, but we just say a long and strong M. Woher kommst du? Okay, this is just a question, where are you from? If you want to answer it, you can also just answer with ich komme aus. So ich, this is very tricky. We had it before, I didn't mention it. Well, this is something really special in German. We have the C and the H, which is pronounced like h. And, well, okay, I can understand your confusion now, but for now, just try to pronounce it like that and stick with it. Always, when in German there is an h, it's pronounced like that. So C and H is always h. Try it by yourself, and if you already can do it, then I'm really proud of you, because it's super hard for foreigners to learn this sound. Okay, so we will step forward like ich komme aus, I'm from. Okay, if you want to say Deutschland, Germany, I'm sorry that I lied to you. Again, you see h, but I pronounce it like Deutschland. Why? Well, because there's another tricky rule in pronunciation. If you have SCH, it's pronounced like sh. And here you can see Deutschland. So we have a T and then this sh sound and land. So this one is sh, and if there's no S before the CH, it's just h. This is quite confusing, I know. If you want me to write it down, I will write it in the comments, I will write it in the document. If you want me to send you the document, just tell me. I know it can be a little confusing, but this is pronounced Deutschland. It's Germany. If you want to ask the other person where he is from, you can, of course, also ask the same question. And let's assume this person is from Iraq. Then he or she is very lucky, because Iraq is, well, very similar in German. It's Iraq. So we have this R sound again, which is quite difficult, but the other stuff is quite easy. Alright, so if you want to say, and I think this is the most difficult sentence because there's this long word. If you want to introduce yourself to someone and say, hey, nice to meet you, then you can say, es freut mich, dich kennenzulernen. Okay, now we got something very tricky here. This is maybe easy, like es freut mich. Okay, not too difficult. We have the ch here again, so we know it's mich. We have the we have another tricky stuff here. Is e and u together. It's pronounced not au, but oi. We'll just say oi, like oi, oi. This is also something tricky which you need to remember. But once you know it, it's quite easy to pronounce these words because they're really not that huge. So we can say es freut mich, dich, again ch, dich, and now we have such a long word, kennenzulernen. Well, the trick of our long words in German is that in a 100% chance, this isn't actually one word, but there are like many words in one word. We just stick it together because we're lazy. This is one word, kennen. It's to know someone. Zu is the connection between kennen and the next word, which is lernen. Lernen is to learn something. So actually it's like to get to know somebody, to get to know, to learn to know somebody. Is what we say. So we say like kennenzulernen. We just put it together. So if you know that there are actually 3 words in this one huge word, then it's so much easier for you to pronounce because you always can do a stop like kennen zu lernen. Okay, kennen zu lernen. Then you just pronounce it fast and you can pretend that you're German. Alright, let's stick to the last 2 words we have here. When you want to say to somebody that you're learning German, you can just say ich lerne Deutsch. See, here's the sch again, sh, Deut, sh, here's the t again. And so we pronounce it Deutsch together. Again, here the e and u, doi, Deutsch. Alright, here's the ch again, ich lerne Deutsch, I am learning German. And we can see here the last word if you want to say goodbye. Let's see each other. I don't know when, just see you. In German it's auf Wiedersehen, and here we have the last grammatical stuff for today. Okay, it's not really grammatical, it's just like pronunciation, but you know what I mean. It's auf. If you have a and u, it's also not like au, but it's au. So we will say just together auf. And here we have again I and e together, so it's a long I. Wiedersehen. Yeah, long I here and long e over there. Auf Wiedersehen. Okay, and because we're lazy, we say not auf Wiedersehen, but we say auf Wiedersehen. So we just skip this e here. If you pronounce it like that, then any German would think that you're also German. Which maybe not so good, because maybe he will talk to you very quickly and in his own dialect, and then you won't understand anything. But don't worry, if we are working together, if we continue to work together here in our lectures, then you will understand everything. Okay, not everything, but you know what I mean, most of the things. Okay, let's finish this lesson with our dialogue. I will just read it, you will just try to understand it. So it's kind of a listening task, and okay, also reading and understanding task. You actually can read and just mute me, or you can just look away and take it as a listening task. Okay. Hallo, hallo. Wie geht es dir? Mir geht es gut, danke. Und dir? Mir geht es auch gut, danke. Ich bin Henrik. Freut mich, dich kennenzulernen. Woher kommst du? Ich komme aus dem Irak. Und du? Ich komme aus Deutschland. Lernst du Deutsch? Ja, ich lerne Deutsch. Das ist toll. Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen. If you were able to understand that, then I reached my goal and taught you a little German to the beginning. And yeah, I hope you liked this little lesson about German, and hopefully we see each other next time again. So thank you very much for your attention. I would be very happy if you like the video and comment below, because I really want to improve. I don't know, this is my first video, so you know I have no idea what I'm doing. So thank you very much and see you soon. Bye bye.